Hello everyone and welcome to this conversation. Welcome to this episode. In this episode, we are going to be discussing the 5 major phases every digital creator goes through before they can hit stardom. Yes, if you are a digital creator, if you are someone who is yet to start, if you are someone who is still thinking of how to start and all of that, please pay rapt attention to this video. And if you are someone who has started but at a particular phase that is yet to be clear to you, that you are yet to understand what next for you and all of that, please pay rapt attention to this video. You are not stuck. You are just at a particular phase. Okay, so for you to hit stardom here on any social network platform, I don't care if it is Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn, any of these, you are going to go through these phases. These are phases you must go through. Even those that are in ministry or any such thing as that, you are going to go through these phases. Please pay rapt attention to this. That's nothing to do with village people, or you don't need to wail and cry and pray and all of that. It works with these phases. Okay, so please pay rapt attention. Also, for those of you that might be thinking by reason of your parent or your friend or your brother, your sister haven't broken the threshold or haven't hit stardom, you coming on any platform will be very easy for you to break through. It doesn't quite work like that. You can go ahead to check out the sons of ministers or the sons of those that are influential already. The sons and daughters of them, you discover that they are still going to grow their own audience from ground zero to wherever they are taking it to. So please pay rapt attention to understand this conversation, to understand these 5 phases. If you do understand it, you will just know that whatever phase you are not stuck. And if you are about to start, please, let's pay rapt attention to this. So the 5 major phases before stardom as a digital creator. The first one is intention. Intention is the inception, right? But wait, guys, this intention must be understood, because disruption follows intention. Yes, disruption follows intention. The moment you think up something that is going to be of value, that is going to be beneficial to you and to everyone out there, disruption is the next thing that comes in. Yes. I'll give you relatable illustrations. If you are someone who really wants to build muscles or you want to lose weight, you discover that first thing that comes to your mind is to go to the gym, right? Or to start road workout and the rest of it. But notice that the first time you try and come back home, the next morning you will feel as though, some soldiers used you as a punching bag. Like you don't want to go out the next day, right? That's it. Disruption follows intention. You want to learn how to, ride a bike or a bicycle. If you are not very careful, you will, fall, injure yourself or scratch your body and the rest of get injured and all of that. Yes, disruption follows intention. But your ability to, persevere, your ability to get past that phase, or your ability to understand that it is actually a phase, is what will make you continue the next day. It's what will make you climb the bike again. It's what will make you go to the gym the second day, the third day, until the pain, subsides for you to actually pursue your result by hitting the next phase. Now, this is the overthinking phase. The intention inception phase is the overthinking phase, because you are going to feel so awkward. You are going to be asking lots of questions, because you are worried about criticisms, you're worried about, what people have to say, you are camera conscious and all of that. This is the first phase. Those are the things you are going to experience. It's the phase of awkwardness and self-doubt. That is the phase. You are likely going to, be watching too much of other contents at this phase. This is the phase where you'll be doing all the comparisons. This is the phase where you will be like You will be a student of other creators, right? That is the face. It is the face. It is the face of decision paralysis. It is the face of, this is one of the face that, I mean, there is this line that we often say that starting has stopped a lot of people, right? Good. Starting, this is the face of starting, and I want you to know that it has stopped a lot of people. So it is, if you are able to understand that it's a phase, like if you are those things are war, if you are experiencing those war of thought in your mind and all of that, you need to understand that it is the first phase. Now, this has nothing to do with if you have discovered your purpose or not, my brother. There are a lot of people who make contact with their purpose and still keep floating at this phase. I mean, they float at this phase for a very, very long period of time. Yes, you don't need to keep floating at this phase. No, you don't have to. You don't have to. If that is the phase you are, my brother, my sister, please, after listening to this video, make sure you take the bold step of starting, because starting has stopped a lot of people. Now, this is also the anxiety phase. This is also the anxiety phase, right? I mentioned it is the camera conscious phase and the rest of it. But wait a minute. Think, just sit down and think about this. You are alone in your room. Now, mind you, this phase has nothing to do with the quality of gadgets you've already purchased or you are already in possession of. No. But look, listen to this. You are in your room alone, and you put up a camera in front of you. There are no audience. Like, what is actually your fear? Like, this is like you talking to yourself. This is like you talking. Yes, you are actually speaking into a recorder, into something, absorbing your content and the rest of it, which you are likely going to still put out to the audience that you might be scared of now. But wait, this audience are not before you. You are alone in your room, in your house, on the street, in the gym, or wherever your content is going to be springing from. I mean, you might as well speak to yourself that, hey, if you cannot be bold while you are alone, when exactly are you going to be bold? Okay? If you are not going to be courageous when you are alone, when exactly do you want to be courageous? Okay? So you have those kind of conversations, and hopefully you are able to kick into the gear. Now, the second phase every digital creator must go through is the phase of niche finding. You know, some persons try to look at this phase as actually as though it is the first phase. No, it's not the first phase. It's not the first phase. Niche finding is like the second phase. Yes, that is the second phase, niche finding. This is the phase one tries to experiment with different formats. Like, you try to post all manner of things. You try different social network platforms. Now, at this point, again, I'm still going to bring back the advice I constantly give, which is the advice of doing the most difficult things first. See, guys, if you wake up and you have made that decision to show up on the internet space, in the digital creation industry, see, guys, I don't know how else to put it. You must be a person that should be able to, ignore shortcuts or the easiest things. Like, if you hear that this particular social network platform is so easy to build, avoid it. Avoid that particular one. Look for the most difficult one. Do the hard things first, because if you're able to break through with the difficult things, then you are unstoppable. I mean, you can hit at any other platform and do your thing there. Do you get my point? I don't know. I hope you understand what I mean by that. So this niche finding is a time we test out our content, maybe on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and all of that. Now, why I strongly advise on YouTube is because of this. YouTube is a global platform. I know you can argue that other platforms are global, yes, but YouTube is wired in a way that your content is not directly pushed to your immediate community. It's not directly pushed to, let's say, people that knew you or know you, or people you know, and the rest of that. Like Facebook does, like when you create a Facebook account, start suggesting people you know from your from your high school, from your secondary school, from your high institution, from your university, and the rest of that. Start suggesting these people to you, and possibly suggesting your content to all of the people that knows you. Now, mind you, people that know you barely watch your content from the beginning, so which is going to affect the algorithm and making it difficult for your content to be pushed by the social network platform. So you might as well understand that point now and see why I strongly advise that people start with YouTube, because YouTube is global and it's not facing a restriction in many nations like other meta apps does. Okay, so this niche finding phase is the phase one tries to experiment different formats, try different platforms. Now, it's also a phase you discover the intersection between personal passion and the audience and what audience really need. Is a phase where you understand personal passion and what your audience are really interested in, because most of the time, what will resonate with your audience might not be exactly what you want to put out or how you want to put it out. So it's a time you will continue to test what resonates the most with your audience, right? And keep your personal passion aside, because you are the one that is passionate about this. Yes, you are the one that is passionate about it, but wait, there could be like countless of others who are putting out that same thing you are passionate about today and who has gained mastery of it today. So you see, you will continue to test out the how and when to post and the rest of it. This is the phase you do all of that. You can still be regardless of the niche you have chosen, you can still be redesigning and testing and putting out and checking the audience retention. That's the phase. So you need to understand that phase. This phase, I can easily call it the digital identity crisis phase. Digital identity crisis phase. Yes, that's what you can call this phase. It is a phase where you are looking for your identity in the digital space. It's not like you have not made contact with your identity, but when it comes to the digital space, my brother, my sister, there is the uniqueness that you will bring out that will resonate with your audience. It is at this niche finding phase that you will test all of that out and know that which your audience will catch up with. Now, the third phase is the traction and consistency phase. This traction and consistency phase is like the phase that is like the bang, the phase where you have had a grip, a little grip, not like a very, very strong grip like that. Is a phase where you have gained a little stability, where you have started experiencing your first feedback. You have started gaining your little community, your little audience that have started, sending you feedback and you are responding to them. But mind you, even this phase, there is a very strong fluctuation. So it's not a phase where you are going to like sing Kumbaya and, scream, aha, you have, made it. No, this is also a very complicated phase. Yes, it's also a phase of I think it is also a phase that reminds you or tells you how much capacity you have built. Yes, it's a phase of capacity building test. It's a phase of conquering doubt. Yeah, that's an important point there. It's a phase of conquering doubt. It's a phase where you, at least regardless of the number of audience retention you're having now, the number of feedback you're having now, you have this confidence that there are people that your content is resonating with, which gives you confidence to stay consistent. Are we together? Good. Now that takes us to the fourth phase, not the last phase. Okay, the fourth phase is the going pro phase. That's the phase, the going pro phase. Now at this phase, one has gained structure and stability. You have been able to, come up with a personal brand. Yes, you've been able to come up with a personal brand, and you've also been able to, put together your mastermind group. Now, you see this mastermind group, guys. You see, every of these phases I'm trying to illustrate here is no joke and takes time. Each of these phases, like each of the only one that we will say, even though a lot of people still float at the first phase for like a whole year, for like, yes, people float at how to start and all of that. People float at starting for a whole year, more than a year. I have a few friends of mine. Funny enough, I have someone who is very close to me. He's in ministry and has understood what it means to put out his teaching out there, but has not been able to summon the courage to start. This is like 2 years that we've been talking about him starting his digital creation journey, starting his content creation journey. He's not the only one. A lot of people, spend years at that phase. Okay, now the second phase, which is the phase of niche finding, guys. This phase can last for, if you've been able to start, if you have gained the momentum to start, this phase can take you for up to, let's say, 6 months or thereabout. This particular phase can take you up to 6 to 7 months thereabout. Then the traction and consistency phase, if you are able to scale through that 6 months and you get into this traction and consistency phase, can take you up a year plus. Regardless of how intentional you think you are. Yes. So I want you to understand the timing of these phases, and if you're able to understand it, there is this peace that will come within you. There is this understanding. Now, I have also in a different video made us to understand that content creation or digital creation in any social network platform is something that is generational. It is not for immediate gratification. You are trying to build an industry here. You are trying to build something that will, pay you and pay the generations that are going to come after you. You understand me? So you might as well understand the patience involved in obeying these laws of process. There's a law of process involved in, becoming a sophisticated or global digital creator. Yes, you need to understand the times it's going to take you. It will help you a lot. It will help you a lot in your planning. So these are traction and consistency phase. Like I said, can take you up to a year plus. If not, I think it's the longest. It takes the longest of time. I said a year plus. It can take you, a year, 2 years. Now you're going pro. You at least on your third year in the journey, you should have gone pro. It's expected that you would have gone pro. Now, going pro does not mean that you have also hit stardom. Going pro doesn't mean that you have hit stardom. That is the difficulty of being in the digital creation space that must be understood. Now, when you go pro at this phase, one has gained structure and stability, a personal brand, a mastermind group, and possible earlier collaborations and stable audience retention. You see, this mastermind group is very, very important because you can go pro and still be experiencing fluctuation in your engagement. Yes, you can go pro, like you can become a master of your craft, but then the engagement will not be there. as you expected. And mind you, this engagement is the fuel that propels, is the fuel that pushes your content. This engagement is the fuel that pushes your content. You discover there are so many people at this phase that you might think that you might not have the time to be responding to comments again. Like, guys, it's a lie. This at this pro phase, when you have gone pro, it might be that might be the time you will even need to invest more in responding to your comments and the rest of it. Sometimes I see okay, you can imagine when someone like Myron Golden is going to respond to all the comments on his upload. Now, this is someone that has 1 million plus subscribers on YouTube, guys. 1 million plus subscribers on YouTube, and he might make an upload and be having like 94 comments, 42 comments. That's a video that has like 5k views or 14k views. You can understand what I mean by that. Now, he has gone pro, but the engagement is not there, and it's that engagement that actually, you know, helps the algorithm to navigate your content to a wider audience. So if you are someone who is at this pro phase, I mean, you have gone so pro that your gadgets are top notch, your stage is top notch, your team is active and all of that, you can still be at that pro and, you know, experience a very dangerous fluctuation. Okay, guys, now the final phase that every creator is praying for, is hoping for, is like, you know, putting in the work for. That is the phase of stardom. Now, this is when you have hit a wide recognition, global visibility, strong audience retention. I mean, whatever you are putting out now is, you know, getting super viral. I mean, I don't want to use the likes of Mr. Beast and you know, Asho Speed and the rest of those guys to give you illustration, because I mean, they are top. They are at the upper position in creativity as far as social network platforms are concerned. I mean, those guys are somewhere very tough. Okay, someone like Jordan B. Peterson, even while he is not feeling very strong, our strong prayers are going for him. Even while he's not feeling very strong, his content still catch up with a very strong engagement. Okay, so you see, that's somewhat like Shetty. Shetty has been able to build that powerful community. He's at that phase of stardom that whatever he puts out gains strong engagement and all of that. These are the phases that every creator is hoping to, you know, walk themselves into the place of stardom. But you need to understand that the law of process is a constant. Let me put it that way. Yes, it's a constant. So let me know the phase you are. Let me know the phase you are in the comment section. If you are coming in contact with our video for the first time, please do well to like our video. Do well to like participate. The engagement is needed, guys. It is the fuel that propels our content. It is. Please help us build capacity. Help us reach a global audience. Your activity is appreciated. Thank you for doing all of that. Thank you so much. And remember, blessed by the best. Bye, guys.